Today we're heading to Padre Island National Seashore, or PINS for short. As we were leaving San Antonio, I had no idea what the weekend would have in store for us.
We're going to the beach today, and it's pouring rain in San Antonio right now, but forecast says it's supposed to be nice when we get to Corpus.
Not to be confused with South Padre Island, PINS is accessible through Corpus Christi, about 2 hours from San Antonio. We've been to PINS dozens of times, but this would be our first time sleeping on the beach. The further south we drove, the more sun we saw, but the truck was also getting rocked by 25-mile-per-hour winds. The forecast called for the winds to die down after dark, but I had no idea what a challenge it would be until then.
This is Visitor Center, Padre Island National Seashore. Narrowed down, so we're going to go to the beach. So it's super windy today, and there's riptide warnings. So we're going to let the girls go out in the water so far. It should be interesting setting up the tent too.
Once you enter the beach beyond the visitor center, the first 5 miles are where most people set up for the day. However, there are 55 miles of beach beyond that are designated four-wheel drive only. Depending on the tides, two-wheel drive vehicles can make the trek down the beach, but today was not the day for that. Even the upper 5 miles of the beach were full of washouts and soft sand that could easily get a vehicle stuck. We arrived 2 hours after high tide, and the wind was still pushing water up to the tide line. The wind was howling, and after getting the ground tent set up, I decided to not even try the truck bed tent. Even with the wind and cooler temperatures, my youngest decided she was going into the water. We came to the beach for a reason, darn it. My oldest was happy to just sit by the fire. After everyone had a chance to catch their breath after struggling to get the tent set up, I heated up the taco meat I'd made at home, threw some tortillas on the griddle, and we had dinner. After dinner, we all settled in by the fire, watched the sunset, and chatted until it was time for bed.
Well, it's 7:30 in the morning, and there's no wind at all to speak of. It's really, really foggy. You can barely see the water. I slept in a hammock all night, and the wind came up a little bit, but overall, really comfortable.
Overnight, when the wind died down, the humidity rolled in, and in the morning, everything was soaked. There were puddles in the tent, and if I hadn't been sleeping on the hammock out in the open, I would have sworn it had rained overnight. By mid-morning, the sun had broken out. There was very little wind, the water was calm, and we didn't even need to anchor the canopy. It was a completely different day from the day before. We left the tent set up so it could dry and draped our sleeping bags over the bed of the truck. Everything was dry before noon. The hot sun balanced out the cold water, and the girls played and rode their boogie boards for hours.
Oh, it's cold.
Huh?
It's cold.
Yeah, what do you expect?
It's cold. Oh, God, it's so cold.
Well, of course it is. The sun hasn't even up yet.
And after a day of swimming and playing in the sand, we enjoyed some ice cream courtesy of the ice cream bus, then packed up our stuff and started heading home. A nice day at the beach means loads of people, and the closer we got to the visitor center, the more closely packed the cars became. It was like that last summer too, during the height of COVID-19, which is why I bought a 4x4, so we could travel far down the beach and enjoy our own little slice of solitude. Leaving the island, the line of cars on the causeway stretched for miles. One of the things I love about Padre Island National Seashore is how desolate it can be. With the right vehicle, you can travel as far down the beach as you like and have hundreds of yards, if not miles, of beach all to yourself, even on the weekend.